Saturday hauling for you guys today, and my haul is a little weak this week. We had like our community fair going on and I was involved in a lot of the events, so like I couldn't even like think straight for at least a week. And I only have a little bit of things that I purchased, but I got some really nice PR that I'll go ahead and share with you guys. The Sephora Friends and Family sale I think started yesterday, so I think I'm gonna try to hit up a Sephora order because there's some things I want in there, including new Pat McGrath palette that came out, even though some of those colors look kind of repetitive. I just can't help myself. Anyway, I'll start off with a repurchase, and this is from Niod. It's their fractionated eye contour concentrate. You guys have heard me talk about it a couple times. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle or 0.5 fluid ounces. I'll go ahead and like crack the seal on this so I can show you what the bottle looks like, because the one that I have in my bathroom is almost done. But I use this product morning and night as the first layer of what I put around my eyes, and it's a really thin, like almost a slight oil consistency, but it's not something that'll get into your eyes and create a film or sting or anything like that. And I just really like what this product does for the hydration around my eye area, especially for as dry as that area on me gets. So that's kind of what the packaging looks like right there. And then the bottle is a glass bottle with a pipette, and this guy here is made in Canada. I have tried kind of the Ordinary's version of this product, and that's definitely more serum like. I don't get kind of an oil factor out of that like I do with this one, and I do prefer this one, and I do get along with the Ordinary serum as well. It's just not quite as hydrating as this one, so I end up kind of doing a couple layers of different eye products when I use that one. But this one here is my preferred little eye serum, so I'll just again pat it around my eye area, and then I go over it with a heavier eye cream, and that's typically how I use it, and I do use it morning and night. So that is from Niod. It's their fractionated eye contour concentrate. And then I did get in 3 of the replacement eyeshadows that I ordered from Camera Ready Cosmetics that were like really shattered, and those are from Lethal Cosmetics. The other one was back ordered, so I have to wait to get that one for a minute, but I'll go ahead and swatch these because they're really beautiful. Again, these are from Lethal Cosmetics. I got one, this Suppressed Multichrome Shadow, and this is a new shade. I had hauled, I think it was not last week, but the week before that, I had hauled quite a few Lethal Cosmetics single shadows, and this guy's got 0.056 ounces of product or 1.6 grams, and Lethal Cosmetics is a German-based brand. This is the shade Red Shift, and it is really pretty. Just a very multifaceted, beautiful eyeshadow. So that is Red Shift right there. And then we've got Palladium, which is one of their new Pure Metals eyeshadows. So this one again is Palladium. And their metals are very metallic. So that one is Palladium right there. And then the third one here is Pyrite, and this is also one of their new Pure Metals shadows right here. It's a really pretty gold with a tiny hint of like green to it. So that one right there is Pyrite, and again those are from Lethal Cosmetics right there. And believe it or not, that is actually everything that I got in this past week that I purchased. I know, who am I, right? I did get in 2 really lovely PR packages from brands that I absolutely love, and this first one is from Florasis, which is one of my favorite Chinese indie brands, and they extended their shade range of the gorgeous Peach Blossom powder, so they sent me over one of their new shades, and this is in number 07 Rosy. So there's 0.30 ounces of product or 8.5 grams, and Florasis again is made in China, and I really like that you can see the shade of the product underneath as well, because I have a couple variations of this product. I actually purchased backups of the violet and also the translucent version, because the violet looks really beautiful as a setting powder underneath the eyes, and it's so like such a thin, nearly undetectable powder on the skin that it looks beautiful on the face as well. So I've actually got this shade mixed in with the white translucent shade, because this one, when I set it over my foundation, it it was a little bit too deep for me. And the mixture of the two shades is really pretty. It's what I've got to set my entire face today. And again, their packaging is just absolutely stunning. So you twist the top sideways, and then you open it up, and there is a puff that sits in there. I had to find it, and these are some of the softest powder puffs, so it just kind of sits in there like that. I don't use a powder puff too often, but it is in there if you wanted to like travel with this. And this is a loose product, so because the container is like this, it's not going to get all messy or anything. It's got one of those cushioned screens in there, which, as you know, isn't my favorite. I would have preferred just like a hard like sifter in there, and then I could still close it, because I find myself having a hard time to get product out of the cushion evenly on a brush. But when I mix them together, so what I actually did was pull this full screen out of my violet and translucent powders, and that's how I use it. And if I were to travel with it, I definitely want to put the sifter back in, because it would like spill easily if I wasn't careful, you know. So anyway, this is one of their new shades, and it just feels like silk. The shade by itself is a little bit too deep again for my skin tone, but I do like that they've come out with different variations of this powder to suit more skin tones. Yeah, it feels like, when I like touch it on the back of my hand like this, it feels like silk. It's super, super soft, and as you can see right there, you really can't see it at all on my skin. So just a beautiful powder from Florasis. Again, that's their gorgeous peach blossom powder in number 7 rosy. You can kind of, let me shut this real quick so you can see the shade from the bottom. You can even see how much product is in there to give you a better idea. I think you'd really like this shade if you're a medium skin tone. And then Florasis came out with another one of their Phoenix makeup palettes, which is kind of the star of the show. The color story is absolutely beautiful, and I've actually worn off quite a bit of the embossing on here. So I think this is the 3rd iteration of this palette, and I'll compare it next to the other two as well. And I didn't use the bronzy one yet. I haven't brought myself to completely wipe out the embossing in one of the palettes so that I can always see the embossing, which is probably ridiculous, I know. Again, really beautiful box packaging on this guy as well, and it's got the same kind of front as the other two palettes, and I've got the stickers still on those ones too, but I'll take it off because it's got these really pretty sparkles underneath, and I've been using this a ton already anyway. Just really, really pretty. It's a hard plastic with a click style closure to it. And then here is your color story. And this is actually the palette that I've got on my eyes today. It's a standalone for me. I've been wearing it a ton. You can see I've kind of wiped out quite a bit of the embossing in here. And there are 3 matte shades, which are these 2 browns, and then this kind of wine merlot purple shade. And then the other shades are these really beautiful sparkly shimmers. And I really like to use this dark blue shade to kind of deepen up the crease, and it works really well like that. The only shade in here that I haven't used yet is this center shade, and it's probably because I want to preserve the embossing. But no matter what kind of color combinations I've used out of this, I've loved every single look that's come out of it. And this is also, did I already say that? This is also a baked gelée formula, which you guys know I adore. Yeah, their embossing is so intricate. It makes it so hard to want to, like, you know, put a brush in there and disturb it, because it's, again, it's so pretty. I should have just used the orange, because here we go. There it goes. And if I didn't mention already, there are 9 shades in here, a total of 0.45 ounces of product, or 12.8 grams is what it says on the back of the packaging. And they're just really easy to work with shadows. They blend out super, super great, and I get very little fallout with them as well. I will say that when you first kind of get into that embossing, and because it is so intricate, your brush will disturb it in kind of pieces, so you just want to make sure to tap it off. And that kind of doesn't have a lot to do with the product itself. It's just kind of that embossing, because again, it's so like fine, and it's typical of baked jelly products to not really have a lot of fallout because of that formulation. But it's just a beautiful color story. And again, this is what I have got on my eyes today. And that is Florasis' new 03 Soaring Sunlight Floral Engraving Phoenix Makeup Palette right there. And then for comparisons, here it is next to the number 1 Gold Brown, which is on the bottom. I've used that one quite a bit as well. And then here it is next to the Fengwan Relief Makeup Palette. I probably butchered that, but it's the bronzy one on the bottom. And that one I haven't used, so you can really see how pretty that embossing is. It's like each kind of little pan tells a little bit of a story. Just really, really stunning stuff. And a huge thank you to Florasis for sending over their latest launches. And then the brand Esum came out with some new products as well, and they sent me over like this lip package. They sent me over one of their new eyeshadow palettes a couple, I think it was like 2 or so months ago, and that's just like a loaded shimmer palette that's really, really stunning. But Esum is branched off of Muse Beauty Pro, which I used to order a ton from, but they kind of closed down their online shop, and now they branched off with the Esum range, which is Muse spelled backwards. So they sent me over one of their lip brushes, and I used their, it's the G29 brush. I've used it so much that the numbering kind of faded off, and I love, absolutely love this brush for blending out underneath the brow. It kind of blends out that crease and then also distributes my brow product. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 of those, but they make really lovely brushes. So this is their W19 lip brush, and I used it today to put on lipstick from the lip palette that they sent, and it worked out really nice like that. It's fun to use a lip brush with a lip palette because you can really customize the shades, and oftentimes I feel like they get a little overlooked because they're not as convenient to like put on if you need a brush, you know. But I find that the pans are also easy to put your finger in, which I know not everybody likes to do either, and the formulation on the lipsticks is really, really nice. So it would be interesting if they came out with bullets, because there are some shades in the palette that I wouldn't mind having like a tube that I could throw like in my purse, you know. So this is the packaging that the brush came in, and again, this is the W19 brush, just a really fine lip brush. Let me actually throw a bit of the lip shade on so you can see it kind of being used a bit. I'll pop it into this pink shade that I've got on my lips mixed with this guy right here, and it's really good too to get over lip liner, which I also used one of their new lip liners as well. And then to segue into the Artistry palette, number 10 Nuance Lip Palette. So this has got 15 lip shades, lipsticks that are 0.9 grams or 0.03 ounces per pan. This is the box packaging right here, and these are made in Italy is what it says on the box packaging. So it's got the same style packaging as the eyeshadow palette, so you can pull this all the way out, and these pans are magnetized, so if you wanted to pop them out, or I don't typically like to mix a cream product with a powder product, but if you want to maybe keep the section in the middle out and leave 6 like lipsticks in there and fill the other with shadows, you could do something like that, or also put them in a different magnetic palette. And the palette also slides out of the rest of the packaging too, and the names are on the back, so you can easily pop them out. So the shades that I've got on my lips mixed today are L05 Elusive and L04 Enchanting, which are these 2 shades right here, and they're really pigmented, they're really creamy. They remind me of the cream sheen formula from MAC. They're very, very comfortable on the lips. That's why I was saying, like, I wish for some of these shades and a lipstick bullet so that I could throw it like in my purse, you know. But let me go ahead and give you guys swatches of these. Yeah, they just feel really lovely on. Do they smell? They don't really have a scent, maybe just a slight bit of a lipstick kind of scent to them. And then these next guys. A ton of different options. You got neutrals, kind of corals, oranges, some pinks in there, and then these guys. Oh, that is so pretty. And then these last 3. So that guy right there is the Esum, the Artistry Palette number 10 Nuance Lip Palette right there. And again, this is what I've got on my lips today, is a mixture of those two guys right there. And then they also extended their double-ended lip pencil range. There's a couple nudes and pinks that I have in my collection that I really, really like. The formula is soft and creamy and it glides on really nice, but when it sets down, it wears really well. And it's not like that bulletproof line that you get around your mouth. It wears off nicely throughout the day, but it still stays on super nice. It fades, how do you say? It fades nicely throughout the day, if that makes sense, so you don't have like a rim of lip liner around your lips. So the lip liner that I've got on with those two lip shades that I showed you guys is from the Dual Lip Pencil in Blushed. So it's this guy right here. I've got this pink shade on to line my lips today with those two lip sticks from the palette. So again, this is the blushed one, and you can see just like how, going like that, how nice it glides on and how nice and pigmented they are. And then the other end here is a nude pink. So that one right there is the blushed lip duo pencil right there. And then the next one is the shade Nude. And I really love, love, love this color. It's like a warm toned nude. And then the other side is a deeper chocolatey one. So that is the Nude double-ended lip pencil right there. And then the third one is the shade Brazen, and I love both of these colors. These are like ideal for summer. I was tempted to do the bright orange lip, but I put on a pretty strong pink blush today, so I thought a pink lip would go a little bit better, and there's some pink in the eyeshadow too, so I went with the pinker kind of nude pencil. But these are both really stunning shades. So again, this is Brazen. Oh, this fluorescent like pink. It is such a good one. Same with the orange. Like, I want to wear this orange lip liner with the Marilyn Monroe lipstick that I got from Besame, which is one of my all-time favorite orange lipsticks. It's just going to look great. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So that one there is the double-ended lip pencil in Brazen right there. And a huge thank you to Esum for sending me over their new lip products. And that is all she wrote for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.